Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Set It Off. It's me, your host, Simply Sin, and with me, my co host, the lovely and the sweetest, the coolest mom, and the hardworking woman we all know in the game, Miss Wendy P.
What's up? We are back again.
Guess what?
We
Today,
got to do a little dance.
right? What's going to be the dance? Let's make one up. Wait, oh my God, do you remember this dance? Come on, ride
The,
the train.
oh, yeah.
It's so
I
old.
thought we were going to do the tete. Remember? Not us going to New Orleans.
Well, I was just
With
gonna
the
talk about that video. That's so funny. I was just gonna say, you know what? I came across that video the other day. I was
yeah.
looking for pictures of me and you today. On the phone on social media, like not social media, but like kind of like the throwbacks. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at pictures and I'm trying to find like pictures where I could like actually post of us, right? And then I come and I see us doing this
For
in the
real. Not
video.
us being in New Orleans, like, can't take
I'm like, oh
Dominicans
my
anywhere.
god. We that the video of New I mean that video of New Orleans is definitely a memory one, like forever. And then my favorite picture of us in New York where we're in the subway with the hats. That's
Oh,
probably
my God. Yes. That was my birthday weekend. Yeah. Damn. That's really a throwback.
that is we first of all
Throwback.
we look like a motherfucking throwback in the pictures.
We do. Not us with the hats.
Yeah, I know. I still have hats here laying around.
Because real New Yorkin.
Definitely. Oh my god, they're so dope. So welcome back, guys. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. We're here and we're back on another episode. But today we're doing this differently. Today, guess what it is? It's our 1 month anniversary.
Sorry.
Woo! I didn't think we
We
were gonna
made
make
it.
it. You thought wrong because we are here and we ain't going nowhere, baby. How does it feel? Like, tell me, let me interview you. So
First of all, it feels like it's been more than a month.
hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get very professional. Wait, actually, I think I want to do the lipstick.
Oh wow, she's gonna be professional today.
Good evening, Mrs. Wendy. I would really like to know how does it feel to be a host of a podcast in 2024?
It feels great. Let me stop. No, it's actually pretty cool. I feel like everybody's doing a podcast, but whatever, that's fine. You
Okay,
look at different podcasts, but in reality, like everybody is different in their own little way.
in a
You know
lot
what
of
I
ways.
mean? Like in a lot of ways. But whatever, it's all right.
Okay, do you think that you have
Oh
made
my God, this is not even you.
progress in your podcast era since
Oh
you
my
started?
God, yes. Of course I have. I went from barely saying anything to maybe saying more to crying. I've just been a whole emotional roller coaster. I'm getting more open little by little.
Open, close, open, close.
You know what I came across now that we're talking about being open on social media and
Okay, I'm
videos?
sure you want to interview. Go ahead. I'm
When
gonna
we're
start
doing
professionally.
the Monet and trading and I had to do
Yes.
like videos. Oh my God. I was watching myself. I'm like, oh wow, I really used to do videos and posts.
You definitely did, and that was such a struggle for a lot of you guys. For the
Yes,
guy, oh my god, I
it's
remember.
literally seeing yourself. First of all, the fact that I do all these face, I told you I'm gonna work for a face expression company because boy, I do a lot of face expressions. But you're like, no, that's normal. Yeah, because you've been seeing me do these faces for how many years already?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that's
wow, I really do tanta mueca and eye roll.
like mommy says, tanta moriqueta que ustedes hacen cuando ustedes hablan.
Coño. And we don't, I definitely don't say still.
Oh no, a mí me da chincha, eh.
I'm like, I literally this, like, bro. Then hearing my
Oh
own
my
voice,
god.
no. But whatever,
I
it's
gotta
all
start
right.
focusing more. Actually, now that you said when you said that the other day and the other episode, you were like, and you talked about the face expression. But I'm like looking at the video. I'm like,
I don't see
but
nothing.
that's how she talks on a regular. Okay, I don't see nothing
For
different.
real. Right. But
Okay,
no, I
okay.
do a
Well,
lot of face expressions.
it's been a month. It's been
I
great.
know.
Covered many episodes and many more to come. We have had amazing feedbacks. I think I have plenty of them on my phone saved. Refresh my memory a little bit on the
Okay. So first episode was relocating.
Okay.
So I know you had a few people, I think, that probably thinking or maybe making the move about
Hmm.
relocating. So that was definitely a good. That was probably one of the best ones we so far.
You think so? Yeah,
I think so. I think that it probably like opened people's mind. Like, shit,
it
damn,
did.
she was
Actually,
able to do it. You know what I mean?
damn, I wish I could go back to her message. I don't want to put her name out there, but somebody actually wrote to me on Instagram and told me that she ended up relocating out of Miami,
Oh
and
shoot,
she moved like not out the state, but like
a
north
little bit
of
more north.
out of Miami, more of Florida. And she's like, it was such a hard decision, and um, she was like, I didn't. I guess she was in doubt, like we all are. But she was like, I am so happy. I am in such a better place now.
Hmm.
She moved with her man and her two beautiful daughters, and I'm so happy for her. Like genuinely so
That's
happy for her
awesome.
because a lot of times, and you know that I do this. I tend to be on social media, let's say like in the morning or during the day, and if I come across like a prayer or a motivational message that that was sent, because I'm in a lot of these little like Bible groups, right? So
Hmm.
when something is sent to me for some weird reason, I feel the need to have to send it to like 5, 6 people, right? And
Right.
it's like it literally just I'm like, okay, I want to send it to her. I want to send it to her, and I've always gotten good feedbacks in return when I send that. So shout out to you, beautiful girls, that always, nobody to this day has ever told me like, don't send me
I
that.
think
Like,
that means a lot. Like when you're like a random person, not random, but someone you don't frequent talk every day, that they actually send you like, even, hey, I hope you're well. Oh my God. Like I've had people that I know that will post a lot and all of a sudden they stop posting, and I reach out like, hey, I
yeah,
noticed you haven't posted
it's so
lately.
important.
Just making sure you're good, you know, like that comes a long way.
It's very important. Well, she said that to me. She's like, various of times actually. She said, you always send me something when I need it, or I needed this, or this, and every time she
Sweet.
was sending me that, she doesn't know that the type of emotion that it will cause my heart, because I was that person. So
Hmm.
Jenny, she is a makeup artist in Miami. Shout out to her. I think her Instagram is Jayla, or I'm not sure. I'll get back to that and
We will
tag
look it up and tag
her.
her.
But
Yes.
she was a person who, for a long time, I've known her for years, right? Just to kind of make the story short, but I've known her for a long time, but not somebody that I would talk to on a regular, not somebody that, reach out like, hey, what's up? We're doing. No, it was very like, if I needed to book an appointment, I'll hit her up. She was there for my daughter, for me, vice versa. But when I was going through a really hard time in my life, I promise you, she would send me a prayer, a motivational message every day, every morning. And
I
at the
remember.
beginning,
Hmm.
I was like, oh my God, like, this is nice of her. And I'll heart it and I'll be like,
Yeah.
okay. And I'll put a heart. And then I'm like, gosh, I needed this. Gosh, I needed this. And I would just randomly text her back, and I'm like, I don't know how to appreciate you for
Hmm.
all the things that you have sent to me, because she put me on so many different pastors to listen to, and even to her church. And I was just like, God, this girl like must have known I was going through something, because she would hit
Hmm.
the spot. And sometimes I would message her randomly on WhatsApp, and I'll be like, I need you to pray for me, please. I don't feel good today. I don't know my mind. I'm gonna lose it. I'm going through something. And her words were so like they were just like perfect. And
That's God.
she's such a peaceful person, even when you
Shout
speak to
out
her.
to Jenny. Yes, she's a beautiful soul.
And but her soul is amazing. So
She is
I learned
amazing.
that from her, because she told me, and I remember these words like yesterday, and I think I've told you that. She told me, sometimes God is using a person to send you a message, to deliver a message to you. She's like, so maybe I'm your person. And
Hmm.
I didn't understand that, but I
At
felt
that
it.
moment.
As
Hmm.
time has gone by, then now I send it to my friend Sheila. I'll send it to Brenda. I'll send it to these girls, and the messages that I get back in return are so beautiful. And I'm like, maybe I needed to send them, because how do I randomly just decide to send it to one person? Like,
No, no,
it,
that's just something that comes out
that comes
genuinely.
out of your heart. So
Hmm.
shout out to them that are in a better place.
Yes.
I'm super happy for these beautiful messages that I've gotten off of that one episode. It was great. So that's amazing
Yes,
because
and we'll definitely gotta tag and put her info. She's definitely
yes, we do, we do, we do.
hairstylist, makeup, does it all, lashes. I mean, this girl does it all.
Oh
So
my
she's
gosh,
definitely an entrepreneur. Like I always see her doing different things,
she
and
is.
still so positive and posting things. And she's
She is
definitely a good
such a
soul. So we'll
hardworking
definitely tag
woman
her.
and a beautiful mommy of three gorgeous kids. So
Yes,
definitely shout out to her. Oh my God, the first episode was a success. That's
yes,
exciting. I love when we
yes, it
share
was.
stories and actually we have good feedbacks. Okay, so
No,
next
for
up,
sure. All right,
next.
so let's see. The second episode, we talked about social media.
I hate that episode.
I don't know. That episode was stirring things up, and there was comments. That one hit a lot of people. Even
A lot
people we
of
didn't
people
know. So there was a lot of interesting comments made here and there. But for the most part, I don't know. There were a few people that hit me up. Not really on the same from another guy's perspective. From another, it was in the same. So I don't know. I feel like we gotta have another social media.
we
Just
need to
maybe
bring
have two guys
this kind of
because
shit up.
it's two girls. There's one guy, but the feedback I was getting from other guys were not it. It was not the same thing. So we
Okay,
need to
yeah,
do
'cause
that one again.
also like the men also it's an age thing also. So there's like different
Hmm.
age group of men that think differently,
Right.
when it comes to certain things like that. I know a lot of people disagreed with me because I was
Hmm.
obviously talking hella crap, which is what I do, and um people thought that I was being, a little bit off limits to certain people because I was talking about the
Hmm.
reality of what fucking social media is and how men or men or some women think that, a lot of things that we do are for validation or for attention. And again, I do understand. Granted,
Right.
I understand. I've learned this as time has gone by. Now, probably because I'm using social media for a different type of platform. I've used it before because obviously I own the store, so I know what it was to just post. But I was just posting
Hmm.
to sell clothes. It's not the same thing, right? So to post now content because you constantly just want to be busy. You want to be heard. You want to be seen. You want to be talked about. You want to be shared, like, comment, all of that, right? So seeing it from an outsider perspective now I'm like, okay, so okay, why the fuck is this bitch posting this? Like, this
Hmm.
is what are
Yeah.
we doing? Are you really thirsty for attention? So I'll catch myself saying things like that now, but probably because I'm looking at it differently. Probably because now we have a podcast. We own a podcast.
Exactly.
We're probably we're listening to other people's opinion. We're listening to other people give us constructive criticism, and we're like, hold on, pero ellos tienen razón un poquito. Like,
I
oh,
mean, yeah, in that sense, I was never against it, but now I'm glad that you realize that at the end of the day, yes, there are some attention seekers, but at the same time, a lot of people using social media for businesses, for marketing, digital marketing, and now we're in our business and what we're trying to build consists of being on social media. So, we can
true.
be biased. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I like
I
to
love
sometimes.
to pose. I love to pose myself, so whatever.
It makes it
And I'm
comfortable.
not trying to get no attention. I just, you know,
I like to
I
post.
love it.
I like to post too. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And whoever has a problem with it, I've always said it's really easy. Like you just really have to
Just
go to
hit
your Instagram page.
right.
There's a
Hit
button.
the
Just click
or you
on.
could hide people, from your stories,
Yeah, you
if
know how
you
many
want. If
times
you
I've
still
gotten hidden?
si tú quieres todavía estar mirando because,
No, porque a
some
la
people
gente le
won't.
gusta, a la gente le encanta. No, no, a la gente no le gusta el chisme, dicen, pero a la gente le entretiene el chisme.
Oh, of course, mija. Of
So
course.
that's but I've been hidden from a lot of people. Um I know that for a fact because I don't see them looking through my page no more. And they're probably just annoying because I'm constantly posting. But that's okay because I want that. I
I'm
really don't
I'm
want you to
guilty
be
of
here.
not hiding things, but I'm guilty of muting certain things because some people just. repetitive. But again, no shade to them. I just mute them, and y'all could do the same if y'all get tired of seeing people. So I'm like,
Yo, I had a friend that used to mute me, and I used to get so annoyed. I'm like, why do you? What do you mean you muted me? She's like, yeah, I just mute certain people that post a lot. I'm like, bitch, you post every fucking minute of the day.
I
Put
can't.
your ass out. Like,
I mute certain people. Yeah, but other than that, whatever.
yeah.
Now I'm kind of like even more open, like you said, because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, damn, I understand. All you gotta
Yeah,
do is
yeah,
keep
it
scrolling.
makes sense. Some things make sense. I mean, the guy did say, he did say some things that were true. You know,
Hmm.
certain things made sense. Truth be told, my man
No,
heard it and he was like,
yeah,
I think
of
the
course,
same.
and his probably whatever experience he's had before that's guiding him to that point too. So everybody has, the right to their own opinion. So I mean, there was
100%.
guys that, oh no, I post my girl, da da da, well, it's cool, and there's guys that don't want to post. So
Right.
it
Yeah.
is
And
what it is.
we've been, well, I mean, I can speak for myself. I've been through that. But all right, well, this social media episode, we'll come back to another social media episode. We'll change it up this time and
Hmm.
see where it's gonna take us. Like we already know what we spoke about on that episode when it came to social media, and we saw the turnaround. So now we'll do it again, and then we'll
Yeah,
switch it up, and we'll see what will be the new feedback. Okay, so that
right.
was good. All right, episode three.
All right.
Let's see.
So I actually prior to I missed gender roles. So it was
Okay,
relocation and then gender roles. So that was one of the next ones. So I went
gender
ahead. But
roles. I'm trying to remember
gen
gender roles.
gender roles was the whole 50-50 and your whole little
Right. You know what?
Dominican
Okay, so
Spain.
a lot of people listen to this. A lot of people till this day have asked me. So you left us wondering, like, so was Wendy like agreeing with you? Were you agreeing with
No,
her? Were
wait,
you guys? What was it? So this is the truth. Wendy was completely 50-50 from the beginning of the show to
50-50.
the ending of the show. Nothing changed.
Right.
Doesn't matter how much shit I talk, doesn't matter how much I try to change her mind. She clearly said,
Yeah.
I'm going to be 50-50. It's whatever
Right.
50 him, 50 me. I was the opposite. I said 70-30. Wait,
Hmm.
babe, did I say 70-30? 70-30. I ask him because if I say it incorrectly, he's gonna check me on it. So I said 70-30 because I've learned that I've learned that with him. Whether I have a job or not, whether I am a stay-home mom, he still says that the man
He wants to be
does
the provider. Yeah.
is the provider. You know, he's
Hmm.
like, it's okay to pull out a card and help here and there,
Hmm.
but as it's my job as a man to be the provider, and you got to make sure that you fuck me, feed me, and shut the fuck up. Well, we know that. And leave me the fuck alone. But we know that ain't gonna happen because it's just impossible. But everything else, obviously, it comes with the whole package. So those that were asking, I was 70-30
70-30.
and she was 50-50. So clearly
Hmm.
we disagreed on that. And
Right.
eventually, everybody has their opinions on it and their perspective on
Hmm.
this, and that's
I mean, who
okay.
knows? Maybe in 3 years that all changes for me, and then I have someone 80-20 or 100,
The
or
thing
you never
you
know.
said
But
you said something on the last episode that caught me because you said, um, I think my man has said, well, you just want whatever we talked about, you somebody that looks good, tall, that has money, and you
and he
said,
mentioned money, yeah, and I was like, what? No.
and you said, and I quote, money. I haven't even had a nigga that has had money. Like I know you meant like when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said that,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
mean
yeah,
it
yeah.
in a way. So what
Not,
I'm saying,
not right.
no, not throwing shade, yeah, but
Yeah,
and
not throwing
we're talking
shade.
about like money, right? So I think maybe that's why
Maybe that's why
I
my
don't see
mental
it
mindset is
differently.
50-50.
Right, because I have
Okay.
had, I've been, I got, I must say that I've been very lucky when it has came to that. I have had men that have been financially good, financially
Hmm.
great, and have been able to be good providers.
That you
Have been
didn't
able
have
to
to worry.
spoil me, and I
Hmm.
didn't have to worry whether I lived on my
Okay.
own, lived
We
there.
agree on something. Okay, we agree on something because it's
That's what I'm
true.
saying. So
I
it's
can't
the
speak
truth.
and
So
say, you know what I'm saying? When I have never lived that, I don't know what it is to have someone take care of me 100%. I don't know what that feeling is. And when people, whenever, even when I've been on dates and people take care of everything, I'm like, that's weird. I
mhm.
I start thinking, okay, this is not right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not used to that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like,
it's true. So that's what I think it is. I think that because you haven't been in that situation yet, and I say yet because it's
yeah,
gonna happen, but because you
yeah.
haven't been in that situation yet, it's okay to think like that. This is my second time living with a man, right?
Hmm.
Like living, not dating, but what I'm saying, like actually living with
Actually
somebody.
living.
So when I lived with somebody 11 years ago, it was different because obviously we were doing 50-50. Actually, I'm lying. I was doing
Oh my
like
God, I've only lived with two men too.
oh two
Crazy.
months. Wait, what is it? Two
Two.
for two, some shit like that, whatever. But teenagers be saying some funny shit. So anyhow, what I was saying was that 10, 11 years ago, when I lived with somebody, it wasn't 50-50. It was more like 60-40, 70-30, because at that moment I was the provider because my partner
Right.
was going through something, and he was having financial
Claro.
issues, so I was the ride or die that had to obviously hold it down, which was okay because I'm never going to be against that.
Right,
If
right. And
you
you
know
guys were
I go
young as
down, I'm
well,
there
and
wherever the fuck I'm going to get the money, but I'm going to get it done. So at that moment, that was that, right? Then moving forward, any other relationship that I've had after that, I was lucky, so
you
I
were
have
spoiled.
gotten. Yeah, I was spoiled and I've always worked. So it was like my money was mine and I was taken care of.
Right.
So even now that I'm here and I'm not working, you know, um, I'm not working. Obviously, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I still hustle. And everybody that follows me on Instagram knows that.
De la
People hit me up.
boca.
I'm still the Miami plug for certain things. People still hit me up for that. I still sell clothes. I still do hair. I still do everything. So I'm always hustling, right? And getting what I have to do. So whatever I could give a hand to my man, I will, which is probably really never. But when I do, like it feels good because I feel like I'm actually doing something. But I'm getting so accustomed, like being so spoiled by him that it's just like
You're like,
I'll
damn.
just like okay, well this feels great, and because it's different when you're actually not working and you're really being spoiled versus when you're
Right.
working.
Of course.
Somebody's spoiling you, you're just seeing it as an extra, like extra change for your pockets. But
Like, I
now,
got it.
yeah, actually not doing anything is like, okay, doesn't mean that I like it because I don't. I like to have my own. I hate having to be
Yeah, but
dependent
you're
of a man.
still, yeah, you're still doing your little side stuff, so which is
Yeah,
good.
being that I'm still able to do because I mean, truth be told, I do have other kids to take care of, and that child support don't be coming in clutch. So,
Yeah.
okay, so yes,
Face again.
we agreed,
We
50.
agree. Yay! We agree on something.
Relationships obviously change every era, every
Yeah, for
season.
sure.
Let's just call it every season, every relationship is different. So depending on
Yeah.
the situation that you're in, then you would know. Maybe like a year or 2 years from now, when we come back, we'll do another recap of this, and then she'll
We're
probably
gonna do
tell me
recap of all the
things,
thing and be like,
things
wow,
have
she said
changed.
this right. Bueno,
Okay,
que Dios
so
te oiga.
gender roles was good. Yes, mira de la boca para afuera. Gender
Yes.
roles was great.
What else was it?
I remember I had all my little Dominican things there. It was funny. Everybody loved
Okay.
it.
Yeah, everybody loved those little Dominican saying. You,
Okay,
you you
okay.
gotta do one. You gotta do one recap.
I'll do it what I'm going through.
Okay. All
It'd be
right.
so
So
hard
the
to
next
remember
thing
these
we talked about. Okay. Well, we had the autism awareness.
things. Oh yes. Oh my
That
god.
one was
That
a
was good.
very educational, very
Yes.
an eye opener, right? I
I love
did learn a lot of things, and it was that one was good. And
it. Yeah,
you know what? I did get a lot of feedback. I have,
you
I
did.
mentioned to you
Right.
my cousin, his boys, and it felt good just that we did something that nobody expected. Like we hear and we talk about crazy stuff and we talk about relationships, whatever. But we talked about autism when it's not even Autism Awareness Month, and
Oh
we need
no.
to be talking about that all year. And so
Yes,
that
for
one was
sure.
a good episode.
No,
I
it
really like
was.
that
It
one.
was. And so much more. I felt like there was so much more that I wanted to ask, but it's such those topics are very touching, because
Yeah.
you wanna hear, you wanna listen, you wanna learn.
And you don't want to
Still to
ask,
this day,
you don't want to say the wrong thing or use the wrong. My fear when I asked the question
the
was like,
word
am I saying the right thing? Or I don't want to say like when I one of the questions I asked was like, how was did your family take that he had? And I'm just like, oh my God, am I saying it right? Because I don't want to offend, you know what I mean? And
you saw
that
I had to
was
change my wording, and I said, of
hmm
course I said, if I'm saying something wrong, I'm sorry, because it's
right.
it's we don't know the right
We
terms
don't
when it
know.
comes to certain things, and we don't want to say anything that's going to be disrespectful in that
Yep.
situation. And just because, first of all, we love everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just trying to learn. We're trying to continue spreading awareness. We continue shouting out helping swans. AJ, he's our favorite little boy. Actually, this weekend they have this weekend here in Georgia for the first time. I think they're hosting the All Star for the Miracle League, which is like people travel from all around, and they're
Aw.
doing baseball. Um, it's like I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it has to be like como like the All Star like the Olympics type stuff.
Oh,
So
that's
they're playing
dope.
baseball. Super cute because I went one time to see them, and I loved, oh my god, all these kids, all these special needs kids playing baseball, the coaches, the parents, the excitement. It was beautiful. My kids love it. They've gone, they've showed love. So this weekend I'm gonna go see him on Saturday. He's having a game. So shout out to him. He is a
So
huge
so
baseball
so
fanatic.
thinking, should we air this episode prior? This is
We
a
should air it prior.
we
We should
should.
air the
Yes,
anniversary. We got to.
yes,
How
we're
exciting.
gonna. We're gonna air this on prior. We'll obviously put the
Yeah, we'll do
details for
it.
Saturday for all those
Yes,
that
we
are
do. Oh my
following in Georgia for sure.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
do that.
yes, definitely. So shout out to them. Shout out to Helping Swans. All these little shout outs and these tags. I gotta tag everybody on these videos because I want
Yes,
everybody to get it. I want everybody to repost, everybody to share it because this is amazing. You guys were part of our first month journey and it's been awesome. It's been a
yeah.
great experience. We're learning, we're making mistakes. This is all part of it. But you know what?
Hmm.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it raw, we're super unfiltered.
Yeah, we'll
We're learning from
definitely tag the guests, every guest we had,
every
whoever
guest.
we mentioned. Yeah, definitely.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so that episode was great. I've learned a lot. I've actually been less paranoid after hearing certain things because at the beginning everything to me was a paranoia
Hmm.
having a 1 year old baby. My baby's finally one, so having a
Yay!
1 year old baby,
Walking
and
and
just
stuff, running.
everything that you read, everything that you hear, all the social media stuff kind of scares you. But a lot of things that she said makes sense. I'm learning. I'm following way more pages now, like
Hmm.
from the whole from her business that I'm learning as I go, and I love it. So it's
Yeah.
amazing. So shout out to them and shout out to her who she just came back from Kansas City. She was also out there
Oh.
spreading her awareness. So that was amazing.
Yeah, shout
All
out to
right.
all her
So
followers that been
so
supporting
does
the
love.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Yes.
sure.
They did. They did. Amazing.
For
All right.
sure.
So next
Well, the
episode,
next one, I know this one, we got some good news.
which one
We
was
talked
good?
about the healing, whether
Okay.
it's family,
Right.
relationship. So I know
Yeah.
you ready to share. You got some feedback.
I'm actually getting emotional thinking about it.
Yeah, so real quick, so the whole episode about healing, we talked about Sin and her dad. And I'm gonna get emotional too. He actually saw it. He is in DR. He saw the freaking podcast from DR and he reached out to her. So go ahead and share a little bit.
Uh, I try to not be the one that cries on the podcast. I leave that to you
Hey,
because I'm already always an
let it
emotional
out.
wreck. So that episode was great. It was great. Overall because we spoke about a lot of truth, right? And I think that most importantly, we've learned that in healing it doesn't just affect it doesn't have to do with just relationships, just healing from
Hmm.
anything. And I constantly hear that you don't heal, and you're right, you might never heal 100%, and it's the truth, it's the
Yeah.
reality of it. But I was big, if anybody remembers, I stated that the hardest thing for me was healing from my dad, the
Hmm.
separation from him, the abandonment, the daddy issues, whatever we want to call it. And my dad, how many days later?
Ooh,
Probably like a
it
week,
was literally within the same week.
that same week, right? So I get
Yeah.
a WhatsApp message from my father who sends me this paragraph, and it was this very random out of nowhere. I hear from this man probably once or twice a year, and he wrote me this long paragraph, and I read it, and I'm like, Like, is this nigga dying or something? Like, what is he talking
Mm.
about? Because because I'm always so angry that I become defensive when my dad
Yeah,
writes to me.
yeah,
So I'm like, I'm literally like this, like, oh gosh, like, is he gonna call me to ask me for money? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are you talking to me about?
yeah.
So I'm reading the message again, and I'm like, and he's explaining how I'm guessing just from reading the first paragraph, I realized that he must have seen what I was posting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, all I said was, I know that you're watching my Instagram videos, and I want you to know that I am talking about you, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want you to take it in a disrespectful way.
Right.
Not that I really care, but because I'm also trying to spread awareness to people and other girls that are going through the same situation or that have had situations like this. And I'm going to say it in Spanish real quick because I know that he's going to watch it and my family in DR watches it because they're constantly telling me. So, um, yo sé que cuando yo estaba posteando esos videos hablando de mi papá, yo le iba, para mí, yo no estaba pensando si yo le iba a causar un sentimiento,
Mm-hmm.
o si él lo iba a ver o si le iba a importar o no. Pero a recibir ese mensaje, como quien dice, dejándome saber, yo te estoy viendo, yo estoy
Yo te
escuchando
estoy
lo que tú estás
escuchando.
diciendo, y nunca, he said, nunca es tarde para pedir perdón. And he said in the message, it's never late to ask for forgiveness. And when I saw that, after responding to him, that I was just, I don't take it personal. I'm just right. I'm talking crap. This is a podcast. This is what I do. But I'm also trying to be relatable to other girls. He wrote me like 4 or 5 long paragraphs, and he says that he remembered like it was yesterday, the day that he left, the day that I tried to go back and get him at the airport. Um, he said that he would never forget that day. That he regrets how things turned around, that it's a pain that he will always have, but that he wants me to know that he loves me and that I'm still his daughter. And he just said a bunch of stuff, and it was like I didn't know what to feel at that moment
Yeah,
because I've waited years.
to hear that. Yeah. I remember she screenshotting me the message, and she's like, what do I say? What do this, like you just, and I said, girl, this is the purpose. This is our purpose, right? Like, we're not perfect. We don't speak well, whatever the case is, but this is the why. This is why you get on here and you talk about your personal stuff. You say you don't care, but you care. Clearly, it's your dad at the end of the day. And that was the whole purpose of this. Look, like, now he reached out, and okay, yes, maybe it's not going to be 100% how you want it, but your message got through him. I don't know
Yeah.
how the hell, because it was a Spanglish, el pobre, and I don't
My,
know.
my dad understands English very
But
well,
yes, I
so
remember asking him, like, wait, does your dad? And you're like,
he
no, he
understands
understands.
English well, and my sister, my brother, they all watch it with
Good.
him, and he
So,
told me, he's like, I was like, I'm glad that you're watching, and he even told me, he's like, I'm very proud of you.
of
He's
course.
like, you definitely got that from me. I've always said my mom always said what I did. My dad was went to school for he was a publicist. So he was always
Nice.
like a reporter, and he's done everything in his life as in his career.
Oh, so
So
that shit talking comes from him.
yeah, so he still does it now. Like, he goes on Facebook. Oh my God, he talks on the he talks on the phone, and he records everything in Santiago, and he's talking about que el gobierno no hace nada.
Oh
¿Por qué
my
mira
God.
esto? Tiene la calle
Guys, she get it from her daddy.
Yo, I swear, I am like a duplicate of my father. It's so crazy, as much
Aw,
as I don't want to admit it, but it's the truth. So he told me that he loved that I was doing that. He
that's
thought it was
great.
amazing that I'm talking and sharing my stories to people because he says it could help other people. He's like and most importantly, he just told me, like, that he still loves me, he just said a lot of things that just touched my
You
heart.
needed, yeah,
And
that's great.
I was happy because he still sends me messages now every now and then. He tells me all the time to send him the link. Every Sunday I send it to him and he
Oh.
watches it. Um, damn, I be talking mad shit too. He must be like, this fucking
En
crazy
verdad que
ass
la
daughter.
sangre jala, because even though he wasn't there, like, la sangre jala, man, because you ended up doing something similar or the same to what he does or
So
did.
what
That's
It's always I've
crazy.
always since little, my mom yo, from I was in high school and I used to do debate. I would want to be in the debate team. I would talk about politics. I would talk about everything. And my mom always said it, you're just like your dad. It's crazy. Like you're just like
So
him. My mom is
yeah,
very
because I'm
shy.
sure you was debating with your mama too.
I've been
She
debating with
says, "Ay,
everybody.
igualita el papá."
So it's crazy because he says that I remind him so much of him. So
That's
shout
crazy.
out to my dad. Like,
Yeah, shout out for reaching
mirando,
out.
estoy hablando de ti otra vez. Pero esta vez no
Pero
está hablando nada
esta vez hablando todo positivo.
todo
So,
positivo. So,
yeah.
también yo creo que yo necesitaba ese empujón
Yes,
que me dio el mensaje, que siga para adelante, que él sabe todo lo que yo he pasado. So all I've ever wanted, I didn't, I've always said it, I never wanted anything from him. I've never needed anything from him. I just wanted for him to take accountability for the fact that he did wrong. And
yes.
not just by leaving,
That's been our key word, accountability.
not just for leaving me because your parents separate and that's okay.
Yeah,
But it's just leaving and not ever looking back, not ever wanting to
right.
be there, not ever taking that call, not ever being a father. And that was my biggest pain and my biggest hurt is you were never there in the times that I needed you. I didn't need you
Yeah,
for money. I didn't need you for to buy me anything. I didn't need you for material shit. I just needed you for a
right. For
conversation. I
yeah,
just needed you for some love. I just
for
wanted you to
love,
know that I
love and
existed.
attention.
To be
People need to
like,
realize, and I think we talked about it before, is like when you break up, you don't break up with your kids too. You know what I'm saying? Like you still look for your kid. You could be 10,000 miles away, still look for your kid, man.
yeah,
Because
that's definitely something real big and it's I'm 37 years old, and to be at this age and still be suffering this, this is
yeah,
kids trauma, this is teenage trauma, this is pain from the past. It just goes to show you that healing never obviously ends, but you could overcome a lot of things, and this is always going to be my
yes,
thing to everybody: heal, work on yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. That helps also because it gets you pumping and going.
I definitely agree.
That
I
helps.
think
It helps and
I
it
think
prepares you.
talking about it with the person. So I haven't shared with you because it just happened, but I had a conversation. It was through text with my ex, and I guess he was dealing with stuff, and I just kind of just gave him a positive message, like, just so he knew that you you have a lot of talent, and I gave him a thing or whatever, and then he ended up reaching out saying thank you, I appreciate you, even writing what you wrote, and I responded and I said, I don't hate you, I can never hate you. I needed him to understand that whenever I made my decision, it wasn't because I didn't care, it was time. Okay. And I shared with him because I think he still to this day didn't understand why I made the decision I made of ending everything. It had nothing to do with love or anything like that. It was a lot of things that I went through and things that I accepted in the 10 years. So I shared with him. Remember, I talked about, I don't know if I ever brought it up in the podcast, but I know I've told you before that whenever I felt like I wanted to lash out or tell him off, I would go onto my notes and I
Yes, you
would
stated
write,
that.
right? I would write what I really wanted to text him and go off or whatever. So I shared that with him. And I said, there's, I wish we would have done therapy, I said, but it's okay. Shit happens. And I said, I think that when because he used the word abandon, you abandoned me. And I said, this is that word triggers you because what you lived through when you were abandoned at 2, 3 years old. I said, I'm not your mom. I didn't abandon you. And I think that's one of the things and that shit hit me because I'm like, damn, till this day, people still have that trauma when they're little. I wasn't trying to abandon you. I didn't want to waste the time we were together because I don't regret any of it. Shit happens. But I need you to understand that it's two separate things. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so I shared my some of the messages and I said, I want you to, you don't have to read, I want you to look at the dates. And I sent it. And I cried as I'm talking to him through text because it was like, whew, I'm letting it all out finally. Like I needed him to read and see that for years I felt like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And I needed him to see, like, bro, I felt this way for years. And I continued and continued. So whatever. He didn't really have much to say, but I think that it was important for him to read it, to see. Like it wasn't like I woke up one day and said, "Oh my God, that's it. I want to
Yeah.
be single." No, I was feeling like that for 20 since 2017, 2018. I think COVID helped a lot of relationships, right? There was a lot of relationships rocky, and I think COVID was one of the things that helped. We had no choice but to be together. Else,
Yeah.
you know
A
what I'm
hundred.
saying? So it felt good because I still realize that I'm still obviously have a lot of healing to do, but me sharing that with him, it was like, here, read everything so you could understand. So I wanted to share that yes, I'm still in my healing process and I do understand that I still there's a lot of things that still trigger me, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
So it felt good to let it out and be like, here, sir, please read it because I don't hate you. I don't want to be back and forth. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from and how many years I felt the way that I felt, you know?
That's important, and that's
So,
and that's necessary. It's always necessary. So definitely proud of you guys.
yeah.
Um, shit happens, and
Mm,
you go through things and you grow through things.
yeah.
So that's definitely most importantly, the truth. You go through things and you grow through things,
Yeah.
and everything takes time. Nothing happens from one day to another, and that's the first step is um accepting, accepting, um, taking accountability, and that holding yourself accountable. You know,
Yeah.
vice versa, because it's always it's never
It's
the
not one-sided. It's always, yeah.
game doesn't work out all the time. So
Hmm.
that's so that's really good. So super proud
Yeah.
of you. I hope that he also realizes stuff and understand that sometimes, like this I'm going to use this as an example. This could be a cup of water, you know
Yeah.
a shot of fucking tequila, and if you continue pouring, what happens? It
Yeah.
overflows,
It
right?
overflows.
So you you end up, that's what happens to us women. We could
Yeah.
take and take, and you could keep on pouring and pouring and pouring, and it's going to keep on overflowing, and then at one moment we're going to be like, it's done,
Fact.
because there's only
And
so much
one thing, women, I feel like we take a
responsibility
lot.
here.
Yeah, we take a lot. I
We do.
mean,
I have
look off subject, but look at Cardi B and Offset. Like, Jesus. You know what I mean? It's like,
she had definitely even slowed down her career to be a wife and a mom. And
yeah,
and it's like, listen, a man is always gonna be a cheater, first of all. Second of all, you can't sit here and expect any man in that industry to just be one faithful man. And I tell you why, off subject. Because too many hoes. The pussy is so free.
I
It has
can't.
the thing is that it has no price limit, no price tag anymore.
Damn,
It's
there's
no
no value to the P no more?
there's no value. You want
Sheesh. No
it's
value.
she says the P. You know we're very
You know
different.
me, I ain't gonna say the word.
But I want you guys to understand that this is not who she really is. Like she does talk crazy when she's not on the
I do
podcast.
talk crazy, but I ain't gonna be talking crazy on
Okay.
social
I
media.
just want to make sure that you guys understand that this is just not. She doesn't have a fucking angel up here. No, she's a fucking little devil too. It's just that we balance each
I'm
other
a
out.
devil when I need to be a devil.
I am a little bit more realistic when I talk, but back to what I was saying. So look, she the people nowadays. If when I was in the nightlife working, the value of the vagina was very little. Like if you could send a bottle of
But then again, do we
I'm gonna say
blame men? Do we blame men though? This is why this conversation, because
I
some of
don't
these,
blame
you know what? I don't blame them either because
I never blame
if
the
you
man for
throwing this, you throwing the
this.
P like this, what do you think they're gonna be?
As I'm
They're
saying,
gonna
but
be
before it had very little bit of value, right? Because it had a price tag. When I
right.
was in my life, it had a price tag. But now it doesn't because this generation of women now is different. And especially the ones that are growing, especially the ones, there's still women my age that are working. No disrespect to anybody again, but there's women still my age that are still working in the nightlife, which I'm not sure why they should retire by now, but they're still working
The
in
money is good.
and
It's hard in these streets, girl.
I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is that leave that shit to the younger girls. Let them come up and do something. But then this is what's going on. These people are setting so low, so low. Like how can you get mad at Offset for fucking these girls? Like, can you really be upset? So what? My question is to Cardi,
No, I
what are
don't.
you upset
Mm-mm.
about? What are you upset about? That he cheated
I disagree.
or that he's still cheating? Because I don't like I'm not understanding. What are you so upset about? Because he's always been a cheater. Um the vagina is getting hand delivered to him. So what is the problem? I don't know. I'm sorry. We were having technical difficulties. But what I was trying to
Sorry.
say is, it's okay. What I was trying to say is, my question to Cardi B is, what is it that she's really mad at? Is she mad because he cheated, or is she mad because he keeps on cheating? Because it's. Did you really think that because you are Cardi B and you are who you are and he is who he is that he was not gonna cheat? Because
I
a bird
mean,
cheated on freaking Michelle Obama. Like
yeah, I get it. But yeah. I guess maybe in her head it was like, okay, you cheated, whatever, you got out of your system, and then it's like you do this whole proposal or trying to get her back and you do this whole thing, and then you still you have what at this time they have what already have another kid, and then you I don't think she's so I don't know. I mean, there's probably obviously more to the story, right? Because apparently she was sleeping with someone while they're already separated. Now he's mad and going crazy. It's like that's the problem. Okay, he cheated, but then the minute the girl does something, yeah.
But because as a woman, you lose value. You lose
But
value as a no.
that's so
I'm gonna explain to you
sexist.
why. Listen to this. A man is again, and they're gonna say I'm defending men, but I'm a man. I got a pee. All I gotta do is just metérselo en cualquier hoyito que yo encuentre que me lo quiera dar de gratis o que me lo quiera regalar. Porque yo
And
no voy a
because
coger
we're
ningún
emotional,
sentimiento. Yo lo que voy a coger es un gustico. Es un gustico que el hombre quiere. So if I'm a man and I'm just looking for anything for the moment, because maybe my girl at home is nagging the hell out of me, she's driving me crazy, or maybe I just came out and then this one just said, "Oh, you want to come with me tonight?" Or I'll do this for no reason,
for
or
nothing, or for giving me a shot at the club.
right, or
Jesus.
come on, I've always wanted to be with you. I really
Oh
like
my
whatever it
God.
is that the girls are saying nowadays. The point is, he just did what he did. He released, and then he put it back in his pants, and then he goes home to his wife. So what? Like at the end of the day, there's no emotional attachment there because the man is just gonna go in and out. There's nothing else. The problem with women is how many women do you know? And I'm gonna say, do you know? How many women do you know that actually just sleep with a guy today and forget about him tomorrow?
I
I'll
don't know,
wait.
no woman. Yeah,
None.
no.
None. You want to know why? Because a woman always gets an emotional attachment to the man. Whether it was just supposed to be a one night stand, guess what she's waiting for the next day? Why hasn't he called me? He hasn't even texted me. Oh my God, Wendy. I went out on a date with him yesterday, and this was probably my third date, and I slept with him. But for some weird reason, he hasn't hit me back. Do you think he lost interest? Do you think I didn't fuck him good? Do you think he doesn't like me? Oh my God. Should I text
Yeah,
him? What do I say? Why? Because we always think with this right here. We don't just think with
yeah.
that. I'm gonna say we, but I've always thought. Again, I've always had a guy mentality, so I'm okay to just sleep with you and never see you again in my life because I'm
Yeah,
okay with
I think that I for the most part, yes. I have to say that that has happened where I'm like, okay. But again, maybe the person's not what you expected, right? Or because that happens, right? Maybe that's not the person after you. Oh God, this was whack, or this is not the person that I see myself. But yes, granted, I do agree.
But
We
the
are
whole point is
emotional.
that women have
Yeah,
an emotional attachment to the dick.
we do.
Okay?
Yes.
They want something else in return. Even if a guy tells her, I got a wife at home, this ain't going to, I'm so sorry. That's my son in the background. Can you really control 1 year old? And he's very far
It's
on the other
okay.
side of the house. So back to what I was saying. Even if a man tells a woman, I got a girl. And I got a girl at home like that. It ain't that type of
Yeah,
time, like, but you want to kick it with me, like we could, we we
yeah,
can kick it. But I'm just giving you the heads up. It's okay, babe. It's cool because I don't even want a relationship anyhow. Like I'm
yeah.
all with the shits. I just want to fuck. Like, what's up, bitch? You lying because
You
a
lying?
winter
Because the
time.
minute he,
Why the hell does nigga even call you back?
like, damn, why he hasn't called me?
So guess
Or,
what?
yeah, no,
Because
that's true.
because when you a woman that thinks with her vajayjay and with her heart always gets fucking screwed because she doesn't know how to think with just her fucking head. If you were to think like a nigga, guess what's gonna happen? You're just gonna do what you gotta do, release that tension that you have back here, and that's it. You're done. But not women do
Yeah.
that. So this is why men, when a woman cheats, they get very upset because they're like, "You went, you must have either
Well, that's
liked
their fault.
you
That's
must
their
have liked the
fault.
nigga. You caught a
They
feeling
got to
for
make
him.
sure they're
How I know
taking
you
care of
ain't gonna do
home.
it again. You're gonna be looking for. Now you interested. Now I know he maybe did something, or he's probably been doing something in your ear, telling you something that's gonna make you want to go back. And he's gonna start giving you all that you wanted. He's gonna start giving you all that you wanted. He's gonna start telling you things that you wanted to hear. And now, little by little, it's like, okay, let me keep on going this way. And then that's when the issues start. And that's when the women cheat. And then that's when the men have a problem because it's like, now you did too much. Because you didn't just,
Hmm.
yes, I fucked up. I'm a man. I did stick it in, but I came back home. It was nothing else. You didn't give it to me before I left.
Yo,
So my
she's a nigga.
question is to Cardi, what is she really mad about? Like, I really just want to know.
Nah, fuck that.
I'm still gonna defend her because she's a woman, so girl power. But like my nigga, honestly,
Nah,
like,
I
that's
think
my
he
nigga.
like get it out of your
I'm
system,
not
bro.
being evil.
I'm sure she was real. I'm sure she was real ass bitch that she'll be like, you want another bitch? I'll bring her. Come on, Cardi's crazy. She's open. She would have done it. Why? Come on now.
But
First
whatever.
of all, he is not even all that. So I don't even know what she saw in him.
No, his pockets were
Like,
probably
girl, I feel like she do good. Like she ain't
no,
need
no,
him for
not
that.
for her, not in her aspect. I'm talking about for every other girl that probably just obviously
Oh
got.
yeah, no, no, yeah, no. It's so
But
whatever. But for
definitely,
her,
it has to do with. There's obviously something deeper to it. You can't. I cannot be in
that's
that industry
it.
and sit here and think that I'm in this industry and the niggas in the same industry as me and he's not out here doing it because we got to be realistic. Like this is you set
I
your own.
think it's more of making her look. It's like making her look stupid, right? Because let's be honest, there's a lot of celebrities, athletes that do their shit, and you don't hear nothing about it, and the girl doesn't know anything. Okay, whatever. Like
But you know
I'm
what it
not in
is?
agreement with it, but
The woman that they're looking for. I've always said this, and I've said this to everybody, including to my man, because he knows I don't lie, I don't hold my mouth. If you're gonna do something wrong, keep that shit very fucking far away from the house. Tell that dirty ass fucking skank that you fucking to not don't even mention who I am. There's no reason why
Yeah.
shit should never come back home. That's the problem because these bitches ain't fucking loyal. They're not.
Yeah.
They're gonna sit here and tell you, yes, babe. I don't care if you got another girl, papi. Like it's okay. I'm gonna take care of you. It's a lie because
No, because the minute
the moment you flip the
that's it,
shit,
it's over.
guess what? These bitches fold. And this is where they fuck up your home. So another thing is that men need to know what the hell they're doing and who the hell they're doing it with. Because you can't,
Right.
I get it, you desperate for the damn vagina, but you can't sit here and stick it in everybody. Because you know what?
For
These girls,
real.
they will fuck up your home. So you gotta really think about it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because now you fucked up your whole your home, your family. What you gonna tell your kids?
Right.
I'm
Right.
sorry, like daddy was so such
Making her look stupid out in these streets for years. Like, come on now.
yeah, so whatever. But
But that that
that was that episode. That should be. Me altera los nervios, que me da chincha, porque me altera, me desespera.
I can't.
La estupidez de la gente,
Right.
señores, tengan conciencia, señores, tengan conciencia. Ubíquese que estamos estamos en 2024. Ya, las cosas no son
People
como
get
los
it
tiempos
together.
de yo, for real.
Yeah, for real. Like, come on now.
Mire, si usted me va a pegar, si usted me va a pegar el cuerno, hágalo, mire, en otro estado donde yo no lo vea, en otra ciudad, en otro county, que no sea ni el mismo zip code. Yo no quiero saber nada. Haga su cosa ya, límpiese su huevito antes de regresar para atrás para la casa. No tenga el atrevimiento de acostarse en mi cama
Sucio.
con huevo sucio. Coño, no sea tan jatrero, vaya y báñese. Yo no quiero saber de nada, que mire, ojo que no ven, corazón que no siente, y mientras que usted me siga manteniendo y me siga cuidando bien, yo no sé nada, mire, yo estoy aquí que me tiro mi aire.
The Santiago came out of her.
Nope, that's my 2024, baby, yo no voy a coger lucha por ningún tigre, y si allá afuera le gustó más de lo que está aquí adentro, pues entonces lárguese por allá afuera, váyase, que por allí viene
For
otro, yo no
real.
voy a coger lucha yo por hombre, en esta etapa de mi vida, pero
No,
señor,
for
eso es
real.
serio.
No, no. That's what we always say. Take care of home. Don't be checking no phones. That's it. Keep it moving. I'm not interested in
A veces me
checking
entra,
phones
a
and none of
veces
that.
me entra lo de tóxica, pero well, we don't have the phone. We don't check phones here. Thank God. Thank God for that.
I
Good.
can't. It's the sound effects for me.
Mind- we don't even need to edit because we have sound effects here.
We
Okay,
definitely have sound effects.
let's get to the next episode because I be fired up with these things and then se me
Okay.
escapa un minuto.
So then we did the parenting teenager kind of goes. Did we talk about that? No.
Well, it was not
Kind of
parenting.
goes.
It was more like intervention 101 with Wendy P.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
became a,
which kind of goes with the healing. It was like a combination.
but it
But
was good. Some
I
good feedback.
got feedback for that. I
I got
had like,
feedback.
I had oh my God, I had a blonde moment, but yes, I got a lot of feedback about it and people saying like, "Oh my God, Wendy, I feel you. I understand." Like I got a lot of people saying like I guess it was like some people were shocked to see me like I'm like I'm a crybaby. I be
So
crying.
I had some people say good stuff. They were like, "Oh my God, she needs, she definitely needs to heal. She's gonna feel better when she does. It sucks." I had one person say something stupid, which I thought it was funny, so I'm gonna just say it because I think they were like, "She don't look like
She don't look like she need help.
she don't look like she going through anything. I don't know why she crying because I be seeing her post all her pictures. She look like she out and about."
Hey, people, your looks could be deceiving. Remember, Instagram, everybody's happy on
Now we
Instagram.
having a
I ain't
Flo's
gonna be
moment.
posting the
Not the
Kai.
Wi-Fi.
I mean, okay, granted, the video that we did, none of the videos we got emotional. We meant to get emotional. It was a genuine emotional thing.
Of
But yeah,
course. There's nothing. We don't even know
I'm
what
gonna look happy as hell on social media. Hello. Of course I'm happy when I be going out. Hello. And I be looking cute. But yes, I do got some stuff. This one gonna text me, "Oh my God, my family saying that I need to be a better friend." I'm like, girl, it has nothing to do with you. It was
nigga.
just
I was like, oh my God, if you're a friend, You need to tell her. You need to do this. I'm like, what the? Do y'all
I'm
know
like, girl,
the
it's not your
conversation
fault. Yeah,
I have with this girl every morning? This time
right.
when I
No, it
lose
has
my
nothing to do
patience, I
with
don't
you.
even want to tell her anything. I'm gonna fucking shoot this bitch because she don't fucking listen. So
Nah, but it's not about that. It's just sometimes we brush things under the rug, like, but
well,
time.
baby, we're gonna have to lift up that rug and start brushing shit out,
Coño,
baby.
because dime, ¿cuántos años vamos a estar en esto?
Los muertos están encerrados, ¿no? Que hay que sacarlo para afuera.
Sí, for real, like how many more years? I mean, we'll
But
get
I
there.
definitely to everybody that's watching that thinks I'm a bad friend, I am not. Actually, I tell this bitch her shit all the time to her face
For real,
through
she
the
be
face.
annoying.
I
Don't
let
you
her
see
know what
y'all?
it
She
is.
be
As a
trying
matter
to
of fact,
sell me on social media. I'm
exactly.
surprised she didn't mention the single part today. Oh, and don't forget, she's single and
Yeah,
ready to
I was gonna say that too.
mingle.
Yeah.
Then she's like,
But
"Damn, you
no,
took away
I
my
always
ending."
tell her. I tell her. I give her advice. Obviously, this is what this is. This is. She knows I'm as real as it gets when it comes to being a friend, and not just on the show. A lot of times, I know she doesn't. She cares what the hell I say. It goes into one ear, comes out to another. But I
Hmm.
know that it's helping. It makes me feel good when I'm saying it. Even my man, a lot of times, he'll be like, "You're being too hard on her. Just she ain't gonna
No, I
listen.
already.
Let
What did we talk
go."
about? It's all about the delivery of how you say things.
So I
I
said,
listen to everybody's opinion, advice. It may, like we
okay,
all
first
do,
of all,
right? It takes.
to everybody. Everybody,
Oh
I am
Lord, here
not
we go.
everybody.
Because ella no puede.
She always,
She's a
you sound like
selfish friend.
that I am very
She's
selfish.
selfish, guys. Very
She,
selfish.
people want to be like, oh, you sound like,
Tóxica.
yeah, I've heard that from other people. Who the fuck is other people? There's no other people. Other people don't matter. Okay.
I
The
can't,
only
girl.
opinion is either your
This is what
mom,
I have to do. This is why me
uh,
and Miguel, when we're on the
mother.
podcast, we get along because we have to deal with her. She's a lot to
Because
handle.
nobody else fucking matters. Only my opinion matters. I'm the fucking friend. I deal with the bullshit, the conversations, vice versa, because we deal with each other. So I'm the one that matters. My
She's
my
my only
opinion
friend, by the way.
matters. Okay.
Disque. Disque, my only friend.
I don't know what the hell is going
Oh
on with
my
this service
God.
today, but we need to get it together because this is very bad. We've had a lot of little errors. I'm sorry, guys. You guys know that this is live. We're coming and going here. She'll be back in 2 seconds. But meanwhile, yes, that's what I was trying to say is that, oh, we got her back.
Yes.
I was letting them know that, wait, can you hear me
Yes,
the
I
whole entire
can.
time while you're gone?
No, it kind of goes, but
Okay.
whatever. I don't know
So
what's
we're gonna
going
have
on
to do
today, but
difficulties, but who cares? Everybody knows that we record live. There's no pre-recording. There's no action 1, 2, 3. Start all over. You get it. What you get is
yeah.
real and raw. So what I was saying is that I decided, not just because of her, but in general, I said that I was gonna start keeping my opinions to myself because I feel like I get too I get too emotional about the situation, and then it starts affecting me, and I don't need it to affect me. I don't need it to affect my home, and I don't need that
Of
type of energy
course.
to push out. No disrespect to anybody, but I get too involved because when I love hard. If I see that somebody's going through something, I want to just lift them up, carry them, put them on my shoulder, and try to get them out of whatever the
But you
situation they're
can't be
going
like that. I
through.
learned that from before
I
too.
can, So
Yeah.
with Wendy, I get too involved because this is not just a regular type of friendship that is like, oh yeah, we giggle gaggle, we
Hmm.
go out, and that's it. We have shared a lot together, and we've had a lot of deep moments together, and it's been a friendship for over 10 years. So what happened is when you feel that it's so close like this, you're no longer considered a friend. You're family.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't have a fucking. I do have sister in DR, but I don't have a sister. Like, so when I'm close to somebody, they're considered my sister. They're considered my family. So I take the friendship very for granted. So if I feel like you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna fucking tell you. I don't have the best delivery. I don't, and everybody could fucking tell. I'm on this damn podcast, not filtering my mouth. I'm very honest with how I speak, not giving a shit if I'm gonna offend somebody. So moving forward, I
No,
will try to work on
you have
myself.
everybody, you have the right to say stuff. I just say is the delivery. And you cannot let other people's stuff And I'm gonna tell you because I went through that in the past where other people that I'm not even friends with them anymore, or they just stopped talking to me. Like I took in a lot of their stuff, and it's like maybe that's why. Maybe because maybe that's why I'm so like nonchalant sometimes, and I'm just like, it's not that I don't care. I care. It's just that I'm not about to let nobody stress me out. So I do listen to people's opinions, but we still do whatever the fuck we want.
I guess it's
I
maybe
don't
because
even be listening to my mama half of the time.
well, I mean, I don't think anybody listens to their parents at this age. But
Yeah.
I was once,
No,
and
but I
it's
understand.
in your shoes, and literally probably just like 2 3 years ago, and I would have people like, my older cousins or like my sister or whatever tell me stuff or be on my ass, check me, be on my ass, check me, be on my ass, check me, be on my ass. And it's like everybody always thought that I wasn't paying attention or that I was just being this
Yeah.
rebellious ass girl that wasn't
No.
listening to them. And like, but I've always, and I say this very proud, even if I am not in the same circle or in the same place mentally with everybody that was with me when I was going through stuff. I always listened. I always heard. I always paid attention. I took everything in the back of my head. It's just that
Yeah.
at that moment, it wasn't my time. So when people were telling me,
Exactly.
stop doing this, like you're going out too much. Um, well, most of the time I got that, but not as often. I don't think I really was judged that much about going out. It was more just other stupid shit that I did. But because everybody knows I went out for money, I always got. If I went out a lot of the time, it was because I was getting paid or I was making money or I had money to fucking blow. But what I'm saying is that when everybody was telling me the do's and the don'ts or giving me advice, I wasn't understanding. But also, I was younger. I'm 37 now, so I'm talking about I was 33, 30, 31, 32, 34. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was still not as mature as I am now. So I feel like I was listening, holding everything back because I could probably tell you word for word a lot of advices that I've gotten from my cousins in Miami, my cousin here, family members in New York. Like I could remember a lot of things that they would tell me, the good, the bad, the talking shit, the shit talking, like the being judged. I could remember everything word for word. I don't ever forget the type of shit. But when they thought that probably I wasn't taking anything in, I was because
You
now I
was.
could sit here and say like I remember you used to tell me that. It's so funny because it's true. Like I'm doing it now. I'm
Yeah,
living now.
you
All
took
my
notes.
older cousins that were, housewives and always been with their men and all the things that they do, I wasn't relatable to them back then because I wasn't living. I was a single girl, whether I dated
Yeah,
or
and you
not.
were
I never
probably like, I'll never be nobody's
like
housewife.
I'm not
Bye.
doing this. I'm not doing that. But
Yeah,
now that I'm in that situation, it's like it's a different level of respect to your
of
home, of
course.
respect to your man, of this and that. So when I always talk about all the things that I'm doing now and how I've changed, I do always make sure that I say I was that person before. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm not talking because I'm perfect now because ain't nobody fucking perfect. I'm definitely not perfect.
Definitely
But
not.
I have been that person. So I'm working on becoming a better person, a changed person, a mature person, which comes with time. So when I was 30 and I was getting these advices, I wasn't doing it because it wasn't my time. So now I tell you stuff, and even though you might get annoyed, you might disagree. We have art because don't think that we don't fucking have disagreements. We have disagreements. But the thing is that you're probably like okay, I don't fucking care. But I see it as I don't care whether you care or not. I'm gonna continue telling you because eventually
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna get
I
in your
hear
head.
you.
One
Yeah,
day you're gonna be like, this bitch fucking said this. And I remember
yeah.
you told me. And oh my God, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about the same shit because then afterwards everything's gonna become a joke and a story. Like, yo, you remember when we was talking mad shit or we were
Right.
so we were doing that. Just like now, we relive situations of when we was out or clubbing together, whatever the case is. So it is tiring. Nobody fucking wants to hear it because I didn't want to hear it back then. But you know what? It helps. It helps. And I say it even to my other friends that I'm constantly on their asses, like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, because I know. Because my thing is that if I went through it and I could try to help you not go through it, that's the whole point of it. Because
But that's the whole point of that's life. Like, come on,
yeah, but
growing up,
it's
how
okay
much
when
our
you're like,
parents used to tell us.
I get it, but you know what? It's different. Again, I don't mix parents with
Yeah.
with us and our age because we never fucking listen. The thing is that it's okay when you're in your 20s. But when you're at
Yeah.
this age, we're old. There's no reason why we should be going through shit that we should have been going through at the age of fucking 20 or early 30s. So if I could
Yeah.
sit here and tell you, don't do it. I already went through it. This is how it happened. It happened to me. It might happen to you different, but at the end of the day, it's the same shit.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying, before tú te ahogues en ese vaso de agua, I'm trying to tell you,
Right.
no te lo tomes entero, loca. Te vas a ahogar. No te lo tomes, pero tú quieres tomar, tomar, tomar. Pues entonces ahógese, comadre. Un té me tira cuando ya usted se despertó y ya no se está ahogando, porque
It's a
dime,
crazy
ya no
girl.
te voy a soltar en banda. A ti y a todas las mujeres le voy a soltar en banda ya, coño.
That's weird.
But yeah, that's
She
definitely
can
that.
she can live without me.
The you can, well, I'm lying. You could probably live without me because
Nah, we good. We good.
you don't you
No.
yeah, you're the most dry. You're the most fucking driest fucking friend I've ever had in my life.
I am very dry. Disque.
That's what he said. Um,
Oh no.
I was waiting for you to. Finally, you had a
Oh
fucking
no.
reaction back because you be so slow with my
That's
jokes sometimes. I'm like, this bitch didn't fucking get it.
no, I got it.
Okay,
I'm just
good.
very cautious. But that's
Okay,
not what he said.
okay, good. Good answer. Good answer. Okay, so we did that. We talked about your little intervention session. Look, we went through another intervention
Right.
session. Never fails.
Okay. Stay going into
What was the
intervention. Okay.
intervention? Oh
And
my
then
god, we need to hurry up. Our time is passing.
the checklist.
Oh, the
Well,
check.
we did have Freaky Friday, which was kind of like a
A little
sneak
snip,
peek.
a little
Yeah, a
preview. We
little
waiting for
snippet.
that. We need to air that already because
Yeah,
a
we
lot of
definitely need to do that. Yeah, y'all nasty little asses. People love talking about sex because sex sells
sex
for
definitely so.
sure. Damn, for
Like
real.
my man says that talking about sex and sex appeal, right? I'm like, I don't even dress naked anymore compared to how I used to. He's like, so you think that
You don't
because
have
you
to
wear
dress naked.
he's like, wait, that he's like, so you think because you wear this long sleeve and then you be wearing these turtlenecks, this tight
Because you
ass
look
dress.
sexy.
He's like, you think you're not basically showing? Nigga, you're showing the same as if you were fucking dressed naked because you're showing your curves. And we have these
Yes,
arguments all
ma'am.
the time because I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm covered. He's like, covered with
No,
your
because
fucking
girl, once you wear
dress.
that tight ass shit, I remember wearing like for at the beginning when I started working at the firm, and I remember wearing like a dress. And mind you, I wasn't. I've always had, I've always gone up and down in weight, but I wasn't as thick as I am now. But I had my butt, my thighs, my curve, whatever. And I remember wearing a dress, and the accounting manager, which he don't work with us no more, so it's fine, him going to tell my boss that I don't need to be wearing that type of dress. Mind you, it was a work type of dress. It's like, and I'm sure 100% you got this when you worked at the school, right? Like, oh my God, you can't wear that. Mind you, my boss at the time, he didn't give a fuck. First of all, he was Dominican. He didn't care about that stuff. But for him, it was like, what does she have? What is wrong with what she has? She has a
Uh-huh.
dress. And unfortunately, like our bodies, like, what the hell are we supposed to wear? Like you said, we're not gonna wear oversized clothes. We are wearing things for our body, and it. So even when you wear stuff like that, que tú piensas, esto no es sexy, esto es un long sleeve con, pero
That was
it it was the curves. I know your
that
ass
was
got a lot of that in school, because
oh
those
my
kids are the
god.
worst.
It was yo, one time we one time we got a email. We got an email reminding us of the uniform. But it's crazy because when I got hired, I never got a paper that said what was my
They get
uniform.
what you had to wear.
I just knew that I had to dress accordingly because it was a school, right? And then you couldn't wear jeans. And I never understood why I can't wear jeans. I can't wear jeans, but I could wear a skirt and a dress. It makes no sense to me. Because to me, I feel like
Yeah, at
I
least
show
the jeans is a thicker material and like,
so obviously being a dance coach, I wore leggings, the
hmm,
majority of the time because it
yeah,
was
to be
leggings.
comfortable while you're practicing.
One day we got an email and it was like stating the professional the dress code my manager, not my boss, but my manager of my department, she goes, they sent that email because of you.
Because of you?
Because they snitched you out.
Good.
I said, they snitched me out. She's like, yep, they snitched you out. I said, it's a but. First of all, I worked in Cuban town. Cuban town, Central American town, whatever you want to call it, all the way over there by Little Havana. So these girls in my school, they all have
Had
curves.
a body. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody had a body. It's not just me. Everybody, the majority of the women, they all have a body. So they all look
Mm-hmm.
nice. All the teachers are young. All the men teachers are young. So truth be
Like
told,
what?
it doesn't matter who, if me or the other one has a bigger butt than me, the other one has a bigger butt. So point is that I was like, well, why would they say me? Well, I had gotten into an argument with a teacher who I couldn't stand, and I still don't like her. So if she's
Heck.
watching, I don't care. So she was like a very like she was a Karen. So
Not
this
a
lady,
Karen.
she looked like a Karen. So this lady was we went into an argument back and forth, and she really wrote a whole email, but she had nothing to say about me. So she picked up my dress code, and she thought I didn't hear her. I was behind the
Oh,
door. I was in
not
the
her
bathroom.
snitching.
I was in the bathroom, and she was talking to another teacher in front of the bathroom, and I heard her because I don't think she knew that I spoke Spanish, and she was like, "Ay,
I love
aquí
those.
contrastan a cualquier persona porque tú le viste las uñas." I told her, girl, I said, I opened the door like this and I walked out and I said, excuse me, permiso, permiso, puedo pasar. So now you know I speak Spanish. And I heard your
Right.
fucking Karen ass. I was like, did this lady really? First of all, my nails were long, but I always had like, my nudes, my brown
Yeah,
colors. Like
like
it wasn't
not
even,
neutral.
I was wearing like like a tight
Those
one
are
piece
just
with
those
like,
are just well with that guy. It was more because he his religion now dique because tú sabes él siempre cambiaba de que religion. But I'm probably like, damn, he probably thought like he probably couldn't contain himself from looking, and then he felt like he was doing something wrong because of the religion. Like, please, ain't
it,
nobody gonna tell me how to dress. Like,
it,
obviously, I'm following dress code, but what could I'm not? What am I supposed to wear to hide my butt, my thighs? Like, what I'm supposed to wear? Like, that's crazy.
that was
But whatever.
definitely that was definitely an experience for me, and I man, I laughed so much. I said everybody was walking around the school talking about, yo, Sim, they sent that email because of you. I'm like, because of me, but it was because they would just pick on me because it was just like funny because I was the one that was always more voluptuous, I
What?
guess,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I really couldn't hide it, but I would wear sweatpants, so I would to not even try to show too much, and it was like I was still not wearing the
That's what
right
I'm saying.
attire.
It doesn't matter. Like, you could wear any little thing. I don't be trying to, but what could we
It
do?
is. Don't fucking look. Like at this point, again, we're in 2024. Like, get it
Yes,
together
get it
now.
together, people. For real.
Because so
Golly.
okay,
So that was
that
that.
was part. Wait,
So
what was that?
then we got off subject as per usual. Because we started talking about Freaky Friday and then we ended up, I don't know.
We ended up with
But
the freaks. It's okay.
anyways, our
That makes sense.
our last episode was a checklist, which
Oh,
let me tell you.
we're hoping that you have standards and fucking
No,
checklists
no,
soon.
no. I really the next day was like, oh my God. But I do have a checklist. I just never had the opportunity to like write a checklist down. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was bugging the next day. I'm like, damn, I don't have a checklist. Do I need to
Doesn't that happen?
write
Like,
this
you see
checklist?
yourself the next day, and then you be like, why the fuck did I see?
But in reality, I do. I just I've never thought about writing it like on a paper or notes or anything. But yes,
Necessarily, you don't have to
yes,
write.
I have a checklist because clearly I ain't gonna date a shorty. You gotta be tall, you gotta be fine,
And
you gotta
back
be
to the
driven.
conversation. Oh my
You
god.
gotta be tall. I'm sorry, I cannot
That's all.
deal.
Okay, but that should be like okay, that's important, but that should not be like the first thing on your list.
Okay, yes, no, no. That is the first. When I look at a man, the first thing is I'm gonna say, okay, he's tall. I'm sorry, I cannot be that. Okay, what if the nigga that's short has good qualities? I'm sorry, I'm not. There's not gonna be no attraction because
Yo
I
te
can't do no short. You said that no, 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 no. Because I already had my ex-husband was not that tall. Okay, he was literally, and he was good, whatever. We were young and didn't work out, whatever. But the whole thing is that back then, I didn't think about that because I was in love. Oh my God. Hell no. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God forgive me. Que no me castigue con shorty, but I can't do it.
Pero
I
papi,
won't even look your way.
yo desde ahora. Well, I had, and
Well, no,
listen, everybody
that means I'm gonna be by myself because es que yo no puedo.
gets a short nigga in their life. I had a short nigga in my life. Like it happens. You go through that. You go through that season because that's what I want to call it. It's a season, and again, it was a season that it
No,
was.
I
It was
can't.
short,
No, I
but it
can't.
came with it came with good
I just can't.
with good things. It wasn't always bad. So we have seasons in our lives, and having a short nigga is one of them. And she doesn't realize that it's gonna hit her, and she's gonna end up with a short guy because she really thinks that she is Jolly Green Giant and she needs to find herself another taller nigga. Oh, I was talking shit about
Oh, we back.
scenes. Those are gonna be the
No, I can't. Well, okay, so when you're okay, I'm look,
but
let's
we
say
got 5 minutes.
okay, real quick on that. So I don't want to say too much, but yes, the first thing, let's say buddy hit me up on DM, for example, and we chit chatting, conversation, da 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 da. One of the questions I'm gonna ask, if I can't tell by a pictures, because sometimes you can tell on pictures if the guy is tall or not.
They
So
be face apping FaceTune the pictures.
right, sometimes you don't know,
Make the
right?
food
Like
talk.
I take a lot of pictures. Usually, now I have a little bit more whole body, but most of the time when I would do from face up, you
Oh
don't
my
know if he
god,
was
all your
tall.
pictures will be from face
Yeah,
up.
right. So you don't know if I was fat, skinny, whatever the case is. What I'm trying to say, point is that if I can't tell that you're tall and you really can't, and you don't have that shit on your profile, a lot of guys have their little height. There's guys that have their height on their description, baby.
I've
Yes.
never seen
I
that.
well, because you got a man and you're not paying attention to that.
I mean, I'ma still look if I see somebody that has a height on the description.
Right. But if not, if I'm having conversation, I see, okay, it's flowing. Hey, how tall are you?
Oh
I'm
my
gonna ask
god.
the question. Well, how tall are you? Sorry.
Okay.
I'm a tall girl, okay? I'm
Okay,
five
okay,
seven and
okay.
I
So
might be five
that's
eight.
the number one and
So
main.
that's my number one. Obviously
Okay,
good
what's next?
looking.
Well, no,
Well,
don't tell us, because we're doing a part two. Well, the part two is you coming back. We're gonna talk more deep into it, and then you're gonna actually tell us that you have a fucking checklist.
I'm gonna make a checklist, guys.
There's no reason why we're gonna leave the audience thinking you don't have a checklist because you know what? A lot of people were telling me like, "What's wrong with your friend? Like, what's going on here? She got no standards. Like, we need to let them know that you actually do have standards. You got a
No,
checklist.
I
You were
clearly I
having a moment,
do.
and you
I
literally,
was having a moment. I was literally like, I was like, first of all, you guys had like this fucking 100 things, and I'm like, oh my God, I've never really. The thing is, my mind's not really on that, so I don't really care about having a checklist. I'm not even on that. Oh my God, I want to do this and that.
okay. Well, you don't have to. Okay, but
But
let me.
I do obviously have things qualities that I like in a man. I was really caught off guard, and I didn't even know
You
how
was not
to.
caught off guard, first of all, because you were letting me
Funny
know
because I picked a topic
you picked
and
the
I still
topic
didn't even know how
hours
to address
beforehand.
it. Yeah.
Okay, we tend
Well,
to do that,
it was
but
like
you need
an
to
hour and something. I
hours
was
before.
not ready for that topic. I don't know why I picked that
But
topic.
this is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, listen to this. It doesn't. You don't have to have a list. You don't actually have to write down a list, but you have to be able to moving forward, off guard, like quick. If
I
I
can't
ask
even go on a dating show.
what are the top 5 things that you look for in a man? Like you have to be able. Okay, you're
I'm not
tall.
looking, that's why I don't care.
It's
But I get you, friend. I
no,
understand.
whether you're looking or not. I mean, come on, my nigga,
No.
you're 40 and you got kids. Like you have to know from the jump of your head the
Mm.
do's and don'ts that you want in a man. It doesn't matter whether you're looking or not. You have to have some type of
Yeah, the dudes that
like.
don't be a brokey. No, just playing.
There's just no hope
I
here.
do have fucking standards. Thank you. So
Well,
whoever
the
fucking
audience wants to hear it because right now you left everybody thinking you had no standards, you
good.
have
I
no.
let them thinking, let them wondering. I'll be ready for the next one.
Okay, we hope so. Y'all heard it here live. She said she's gonna be ready. Cause I'm coming with those questions. And if you take more than 2 minutes to answer a question, we're gonna put your ass again in the red
Yeah.
seat, in the hot seat. We're gonna call it the hot seat. All right, so we completed a whole month worth of topics, a little bit more
Yes.
than a month worth of topics. It's been an interesting month. Happy 1 month anniversary to us. Cheers, me and my co.
Yay.
We've done a great fucking job. Um, it's only gonna get better. Again, keep on sending me all the comments. Keep on sending me all the constructive criticism. I'm constantly getting messages from people, friends, close family members, giving me pointers, telling me what not to do, telling me what I do too much. I made a comment on the episode prior where I want to fix that. I said something, but I want people to understand that when I speak about me. I speak about what I'm feeling at the moment.
Ooh. What do you gotta fix?
It's I really have no filter, and I've always been this person. This has nothing to do with me being on a podcast. This is who I am. I've been like, even as a teacher, I was like this. My principal in the school used to fucking love it because they thought I was just so funny and so fucking real, even to kids. Like I I am, this is just who I am. You're not gonna get anything else. If one day I come on the show and I'm acting very different from then you gotta know there's a fucking
There's
problem because
something
this
wrong
is
with her.
who I am. You understand? So I want you to understand that this is my personality and this is what I'm giving you. This is how I speak. So when I get on this, there's nothing being scripted. I don't write, I don't take notes. I don't sit here and be like, okay, these are my bullet points. This is what I'm going to talk about. I don't do any of that. I come on the show. I try to take control in what I can. I conversate. I talk. I freelance. I speak. I try to keep this conversation going. I try to make the audience not bored. I try to be funny because I know a lot of people, and I get this a lot from my family and friends in Georgia. They listen to me while they're driving, while they're going to work, while they're dropping off kids in school. And I love that because that's what I want. I want you to get entertained. I want you to hear real life stories. I want you to be on this journey with us because this is a journey for us. You know, we're not famous people on YouTube that are talking to real actors, rappers, or famous people in the industry. We're regular girls, humble girls telling our personal stories, stories that we hear from others, insights, opinions, facts, and just, you know, sometimes things are going to be said that shouldn't be said and people might get offended, and that's, I get that might not be okay for anybody to hear, but it's okay for me because this is how I'm running the show. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry if I said anything that was disrespectful, but I did make a comment, and again, I was talking about me, where I said my man had made a comment about, he always makes fun of, says that we're the tallest people that he knows, right? So I always take that very personal, which again, his action always causes a reaction, right? So he always says that we're y'all the tallest fucking bitches I've ever met. Me, Wendy, my cousin from Miami, my cousin from here, like, cause
Oh my God, who got offended?
everybody else that he
We
knows
all
is
tall.
fucking short. So
Hmm.
I jumped into the conversation by saying, well, talk your shit, but I am a tall woman. And I think that us tall women are very sexy. I think that back in the days, women were tall, long, and slim. I'm not saying I'm slim because I'm not. I said back in the days, the models were tall and slim. That's the original ideal look of what a superwoman, supermodel was supposed to be, right?
Yeah, and we talked about how like now it's different.
Now it's different. Obviously, I don't consider myself that person because I'm like a little, you know, voluptuous, and I think I'm a little bit on the thicker side. So I had said that, well, I'd rather be tall and gordita than short and gordita because
I do.
that's just it comes out naturally. It's the truth. If I was short and I was if I was short and I was big, I was gonna feel some type of way because that's just, I'm talking about myself. I feel some type of way being this tall and being gordita, like how I've been. And by gordita, if I am offending somebody by
Oh
saying
yeah,
um
apologize.
210 pounds for me, 210 pounds for me, because I come from a person who's always 120, 125, 135
We
the
were
most.
dying,
Anybody
yeah.
look, me and Wendy could literally pull out our pictures and you guys will see what we used to look like. So if
Yeah.
I was a person that was always that weight and I jump up to 210 pounds, I'm sorry, but no disrespect to anybody. Respectfully, I feel fat
Yeah.
because that's me being self-conscious about my weight that I still am to this day. It's something that I am obviously trying to overcome, and I still battle. And you know that because I talk about this
Yeah. And I
all the
think
time.
we also said like this has no shade to anyone.
No
It
shade to
has nothing.
anybody. I
Whatever
clearly
we
say
talk about here is about us. It never no disrespect to anyone
it,
else. We don't sit
it
here
can
talking
be.
about any. Today was probably the first time we brought up a freaking famous person or whatever. But
Right.
that's different.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
for the most
So
part, yeah, like it had nothing to do
but
with
no
offending
disrespect to
anybody.
anybody. I don't want anybody to take it any get
Of
offended by
course.
any kind. I don't mean any harm to anybody. If anything, I'm trying myself to understand that it's us women. I mean, I even went back and forth with Wendy when she was talking about women. No, because women get comfortable, and a lot of women remember towards the end of the
Mm-hmm.
conversation. And I was like, and I said, well, in defense to women, because I am now that woman who went through
Yeah.
a phase before. I was the same girl that would be like, well, bitches be getting too comfortable at home and they just be abandoning themselves and they need to get it together. And because I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you before, my thing is you never know what the other person is going through, right? You don't know why
Yeah.
some, and I say some because some women are just de cuidado, but some women feel a certain type of way, might be going through something, and this is why they abandon themselves. And I said it because I speak about myself. Again, I am super open with you guys about my personal life. And I said, me being a person, how I used to be so into dressing and this and this and that. When I first moved here, I was very self-conscious on my weight. I was so overweight that I would sit down in the fucking scale at Publix and it would tell me that I was obese. Like it wouldn't even say overweight. It would say obese. And that was a mental thing. So
No,
guess
but it's yeah, no, of course.
it
Hell
became
no,
a
bro.
problem where it was affecting me. So I was wearing fucking big ass t-shirts every day with sweatpants or with leggings just to cover how my weight looked because I was feeling bad with myself. I couldn't stand to look at myself. So I was trying to say, and again, and I said to Wendy, to defense of women, Wendy, you don't know what other women are going through.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we go through shit like me, and I spoke about, I meant to say about
Mm-hmm.
me because I was that girl that I was
Yeah.
abandoning myself at home when my man was getting home from work, but it was because you don't know what I'm going through, babe, how I feel. This is not me. This is not me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel a little bit better because
Yeah.
trying to learn how to love my fat arms, my chunky face. I still got chichos. I'm learning as I'm getting, more into it. I'm reading more about it and I'm learning how to love my body and I'm embracing my body now. But before, I'm sorry, I was I didn't like how I look, and being 210 pounds to me was killing me. But again, because I come from being 125 pounds, so I'm sorry if I meant anything in a
Yeah.
way that disrespected anybody. That's definitely not my intentions ever. I do talk a lot of crazy shit here, so whoever takes it any other way. But when it comes to stuff like that, I don't play with weights. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
play
no, definitely not.
depression. I don't play mental health. I don't play special
Yeah.
autism, none of that. I play with that because that is not a joke, and I take that very, very serious. Every other bullshit, as far as relationships, man, woman, talking shit, social media, I talk
So,
the shit I talk.
yeah.
You take it or you don't take it, keep
Talk
it
your
rolling.
shit.
Yeah, but this, no. So if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. My apologies. I said this live so that everybody knows that I didn't mean any harm. I was just talking shit about myself, and I'm always gonna talk shit to myself about myself because at the end of the day, I always say there's nothing you can say about me that I haven't already said about myself.
Yeah.
I will always forever quote
Facts.
that. So that's done. We made it 1 month. I'm super excited. Guys, don't forget before you do anything moving forward and before you turn off that TV, don't forget to hit this little button down here. Make sure
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
subscribe. Make sure you like, share, comment, follow us on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, set it.off podcast. Again, set it.off podcast. It's been a great show. It's been a great night. We went over time again. We always say we're not, and we keep on going. The ball.
Always.
But guess what? This episode was amazing. We did a recap of everything. We caught up on everything that we talked about, all the good feedbacks, the bad feedbacks, the negative, the positive. We love it. Guys, keep following, keep sharing, our story, your story. If you don't want to come on the show, share your story with us. Let us talk about it. Let us get
Yes,
let us get
please.
our
That's an
insights.
awesome idea.
That's an awesome idea. Write
Yeah.
to us, hit us up. We're always on Instagram, so you can definitely get in contact with us. You know our personal Instagram also. Her personal Instagram will be added as well. We appreciate you guys. Listen, this is not over. This is only going up. The sky's the limit for us, and thank you guys so much. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, no, no. I'll have my list ready.
We'll be here to be continue with the
Yeah.
next
So be
part two of
continue.
the checklist. The checklist and baby. Maybe we're gonna switch some things up because I have a few things I want to ask her before I start putting her on my bait option. Because don't forget, she is single and ready to
Oh
mingle.
my
Catch you guys
God.
in the next episode. Good night. God bless you.
Bye.